Okay, so this is going to be just an overview of the GUI of the Vivo V51 5G smartphone. It's also known as, and you can see here in the settings if I scroll down, the V2006. And you can see here, look, it's a 2.4 gigahertz Snapdragon 765 processor, octa-core. Yes, it isn't the highest, fastest processor in the world, but to be honest, it works very well with the 8 gig of RAM, 256 gig of onboard storage. It zips along. I haven't had a problem with it whatsoever. You can also put a micro SD card slot in there too. You've got a dual SIM slot if you wish to have two SIM cards in there. I'm just going to give you a bit of a overview of the phone itself. And by the way, down here you can see, if we can scroll down, you've got 5G, which we already know, and you can see all these settings. You can add and adjust what you want to have displayed on this quick pull down window. But let's have a look at the main screen. You can see here the cars are driving along the main background, and the clouds will move across the screen very slowly as well. This is a live background. You can adjust and change the live background and have different ones here. Obviously it says live on the top of it. You can have this one with the birds flying across, and you can apply that if you wish. Obviously you can have your own backgrounds if you want. This one here has a nice smooth sort of watery effect on it. Summer palette, very nice. And this one here has a flowing colours. So you can see that's very nice to have on the background of your phone, or you can just have a standard screen, or you can choose one from your album. I'll show you the album actually, because if we go into albums, instead of gallery we've got albums, and you can see all the photos I've taken here. I just wanted to show you the zoom. I've just taken this one on a wide screen shot, and then this is on a normal lens, the 48 megapixel lens, because this has actually got 4 cameras in it. The main lens here that I've taken this one with is a 48 megapixel unit. The 12 megapixel is this one, and that's the ultra wide, and then you've got 5 megapixel macro and 5 megapixel depth camera. This is on the highest optical zoom setting, and then from then on you go into digital zoom. Normally with digital zoom it fragments and gets horrible, but here you can still see detail of the car. Here you can see the registration plate, and also because I'm actually in the Queen Elizabeth Hospital at the minute, in at the outskirts of Birmingham, the zoom I tested out here with a normal shot, and in the distance, if you look in the distance there is a tower block which is being built in the city of Birmingham. This is 5 miles away, and this is on the normal lens, and then this is zoomed in to the maximum optical zoom, and then this is digital zoom, and I'm really impressed with this. I did go, this is about 25 times digital zoom, and then I did go crazy and zoomed in even further than that, and you can see here, yes, it gets a bit pixelated and it gets a bit fragmented, but you can still see each and every floor that's being created, and the crane that is doing the heavy lifting of the new material. It is a very, very good camera. I've also got a very good night mode on here, which I tested out last night. You can see this is in the fog. You can add filters on there, so you can have a blue sort of cool effect. You can have this orange effect, or this purpley type one. There's various different night filters on there, and it comes out very, very well. The shots come out brilliantly well. I'm going to include these in the review, and you can have a look at them. They've got an AI mode, so you can have it detect what you're taking photos of. So here you've got a picture of some food, and obviously it's detected that it is food, and you can see here that I can edit it as well. The edit facility in this album, I shouldn't call it an album, what is it called? It's called the photo gallery, but yes, albums. So you go into albums and you can edit stuff. You can edit your photos very well. So if I go to edit, you've got a load of options down here, a huge amount of options. You can obviously do the clip and rotate, you can spin it round, you can rotate it, you can flip it, you can cut it and trim it down. You've got this filter here, so you can add in various different photo effects here. So I can have a delicious mode, a mellow mode, a baked mode, a tasty mode. I can go into style, like a vintage, macrons mode, blues mode. There's so many different options here. You can have your black and white effect on here, baked, mellow, Japanese, summer, soda, elegant. We can have a load of different options. There's so many different ways to edit your photo. You've also got a light effect here, so you can maybe have a blinds light effect, and you can maybe adjust that slightly if you wish. You can have the light coming in from the window here, and I can move that around. So let's make it go like that, and then use 2 fingers to twist it slightly so I get a bit more daylight. So now it looks like a really sunny, nice day. And then I can save that. There's loads of different options on there as well. So you've got sparkle, light tweak, and of course you can adjust how much of that is showing. And we've got a doodle, so you can, if you're taking a screenshot, you can just do that, and you can put squares on it and circles on it and change the colors, and put an arrow if you don't want to do an arrow like I just did. A mosaic, which lets you add some funky special effects to it, or just doodle on it again. We have borders, and you can sort of do that, which is showing you what to do as it is. And you can add a border to your photo if you wish. Object eraser, so let's just see if this will work. I'm just going to try and erase something, and what it will do is it'll try and blend in the background. So you can see here I've just sort of erased my headphones in the background there, and you can adjust the size of the eraser itself. I've just put it back there, and then you've got an enhancing mode. So you've got an enhance mode. You can tweak around with a photo here and highlight different details, and change that. You can have a dehaze mode. You can do a blur effect if you wish. There are so many different options on here. It's a really good onboard photo editing system. I'm going to cancel all those modifications, and then of course you can share it via various different means, Twitter, WhatsApp, etc., etc. Really easy to do. But the photo gallery itself is amazing. I'm really impressed with that. The phone, the specs on it, as I mentioned here, we've got 8 gig of RAM, we've got 256 gig of storage, which has got 238 gig free right now. I've installed a couple of apps, including the one here that is recording this screen, and we've got the CPU Z or CPU Z, which tells you we've got 6 cores at 2.4 gigahertz and then 2 cores at 1.8 gigahertz, so it throttles back if you're not doing anything too intensive. And that's the V2006, which is the name of it. Screen density around 400 dpi, 1080p by, it's actually 2400 pixel screen. The actual OS itself, you've got this system on here that Vivo call, what's it they call it now? FunTouch OS 10. But it is a relatively untouched Android 10 interface. The whole thing is really good. I love the settings option. I love the amount of options you've got in here. You can change the way you navigate. I won't switch that now because it stops the recording. And we've got, let's just see if it is still recording. Yes, it is. And then we've got the, let's have a look at this. Ultra game mode. You can turn that on if you wish. Kind of an esports mode. And what was the other thing I found fairly recently that I did like? Ah, yes, the dynamic effects. This is quite cool. So you've got an ambient light effect, and you can have that playing when you're, or showing when you're playing music. So you can see here, you can have it a light effect for incoming calls, for notifications. You can have different effects for charging. So if you like that charging animation, you think that's pretty cool. What about that one? What about that one? What about that one? You can change it as you wish, and inserting USB, you can have that, or you can have that one, or that one. Those are different options. Screen on-off animation, you can change that if you wish. You can have it do that, or you can have it come on like that. This is really cool because I know it's on one of my other phones. It actually fades in, and there is no other option to have it do anything else. So it fades up like that, which is really nice. But there's no way of getting it to do that or this. So I like the fact that Vivo has spent some time doing little tweaks like that. So I'm going to choose that one and apply that. And then we've got facial recognition animation, so you can have a big smile. You can have this. That's pretty cool. And fingerprint recognition animation as well, so you can have that change depending on what you want. Vivo come from the same stable as OnePlus and Oppo, if I'm honest. And the build quality on this phone is very good. The interface is beautiful. I must admit, the whole phone has impressed me greatly. It's 8mm thick, and without a case, it is a real delight to hold. It's designed beautifully. The interface, as you can see here, we've got all the usual stuff that you would normally come to expect, so there is no problems that Huawei and Honor have encountered. We've got all the Google stuff. We've got Google Assistant, we've got Calendar, we've got Files, we've got Drive, we've got Gmail, we've got YouTube, we've got Google Maps, got Google Pay, got Google One, just got Google. And we've got this iManager thing, which isn't Google, but it also keeps your phone in trim. It makes sure that it runs at the best it can. That's not very good English, but it runs as fast as it can, and it cleans it up and makes sure that you're not using too much data or too much space, or have bloated apps on there. So all the Google apps are there, as you can see here. We've got Google Duo, which nobody uses, and we've got Google Lens. I've got Instagram on there. I don't use that. But as you can see, Play Store, you can download whatever you want. It's a really cool interface, nice and fresh and clean, and everything on here runs as expected. You've got your home settings, you can have notification dots, tweak all that business if you wish. I do like the fact you can change the navigation system. I like the fact that this phone is simple and easy to use. I like the fact that it's quick, and I'm just very, very impressed with this phone indeed. It's a very well designed phone. The GUI is very, very nice and clear and clean and uncluttered. It's very easy to find things, and it's just a brilliant phone. So I would really recommend this. I'm very impressed with it indeed. So this is the new Vivo V51, and that's the wrong page. V51 5G. If you're having a look for a well-priced phone, you might not see this in your network store on the shelves, but I would recommend purchasing this online, maybe SIM-free, and you will be very, very impressed with the results, let me tell you.